Okay, well, so listen here. Sampling and testing of hypothesis. In these sampling here, in this sampling, there are few topics are there: the meaning of sampling, then random and non-random sampling, merits and demerits of the sampling. Okay, already we discussed here. The next, testing of hypothesis. Especially this class is meant for only testing of hypothesis. So you see this small introduction regarding testing of hypothesis. Introduction part here. Statistical inferences is that branch of statistics which is concerned with using probability concept. Okay, here previously we discussed the probability chapter, and to this testing of hypothesis chapter, here it is concerned with probability concept, which has here uncertainty in decision making. Uncertainty in decision making means here, okay, certainty means already we know. Okay, certainty means already we know, but uncertainty means we can't expect, or we don't know the thing what is going to happen. Okay, while we are taking any type of decision here, okay, based on the decision, sometimes the decision may be true, or sometimes the decision may be false here. Okay, the field of statistical inferences had a fruitful development since later half of the 19th century. Okay, here these statistical inferences deals with a branch of statistics, a branch of statistics. For example, here wherever the involvement of number is there, there we can say that the statistical inferences will be involved here. Okay, then here later 19th century, day by day a fruitful development has taken field in the field of these statistical inferences. Then here it refers to the process of selecting and using sample statistics to draw inferences about population parameter. Okay, based on a subset of it, sample drawn from the population. Already we discussed here. See, listen here. Sample is drawn from the population. Okay, sample is drawn from the population. Here what happens here, to know uh, the result of the concerned person who is suffering from any disease. Okay, we will take from the whole population, we will pick up only very few. Sample is drawn from the population, then the disease will be identified here. So statistical inferences treats two different cases of the problem here. So you see the here, okay, these two things, statistical inferences deals with, see, statistical inferences treats two different classes of problem. That is, number one is hypothesis testing, the next one is estimation. Okay, hypothesis testing is nothing but here to test some hypothesis about parent population from the which the sample is drawn, which samples is drawn here. To know from the parent population, the sample will be knowing, and the result will be estimated here. Estimation says that, that is to use the statistics obtained from the sample as estimate of unknown parameter here. Okay, we don't know the parameter, we don't know, but to know the unknown parameter, the estimation will be made. This estimation is called as here uncertainty situation also, uncertainty situation also here. So you clearly you see, we will start the hypothesis testing here. What is hypothesis testing? Hypothesis testing begins with an assumption called a hypothesis that we make about the population parameter. Okay, here assumption, here assumption, the meaning it same say that assumption, imagination we can say. Okay, and the hypothesis also called as here supposition, supposition made on the basis of reasoning here. Okay, supposition we can say, or as assumption we can say. Hypothesis, the meaning, other meaning of the hypothesis here, assumption and supposition. Then here according to Professor Maurice Hamburg, he says that what is hypothesis? He says according to him here, a hypothesis in statistics is simply a quantitative statement about a population. Quantitative, the name itself quantitative. Quantitative means here quantity, the number involved here. Okay, Maurice and Hamburg, he is saying, according to him, hypothesis will be called as here, a statistics is simply a quantitative statement about population. The next, Palmer O. Johnson has beautifully described hypothesis as islands in the uncharted seas of thought to be used as basis for consolidation and recuperation as we advance into the unknown. Okay, see, islands in the uncharted seas. He says that a hypothesis known to be has here islands in uncharted seas of thought to be used based on consolidation here. Consolidation, recuperation. Recovery means here recovery as we advance into the unknown. Okay, sometimes what happens here, knowingly or unknowingly, we will move in advance to know the what is there at that concern area. Here the unknown things will be happen and the future is uncertainty. Then here islands in the uncharted, he used the word islands in the uncharted seas. Okay, we don't know in the seas, uncharted seas, here how many islands are there, we don't know. In this way he used hypothesis. With this was a good example. Okay, the next one here, small examples also there. There are several types of hypothesis. For example, a coin may be tossed 200 times. Okay, here this example says that a coin tossed 200 times, we may get heads 80 times and tails 120 times, because we are very much interesting in these type of testing activity. Why? Because here coin is unbiased, sir. Coin is unbiased. We can say that coin is a unbiased coin. Okay, you observe here, coin is unbiased. You need to remember this word. Coin always unbiased. It is not a biased coin. Unbiased coin means here it shows the true information, true result here to both the teams here. Those who are doing a experiment, the outcome will be equal, outcome will be there, because the coin we call it as a unbiased coin. Okay, in this way this hypothesis, to understand the hypothesis, this is one small example here. Okay, the next, see the meaning of parameter. Here already we use the word here parameter. Okay, here parameter, then recuperation. Here small meaning is here, parameter is nothing but a limit defining the scope of an activity. The next one is recuperation. Here recovery from illness, regain. Okay, this is a small introduction about the hypothesis, and then we are moving to the procedure of testing hypothesis here. Okay, procedure of testing hypothesis. So you listen carefully. The following procedure of testing hypothesis is briefly described below. Okay, there are 5 steps are there in testing hypothesis. These 5 steps you need to remember and you have to by heart compulsory. Why? Because with the help of these 5 steps we are going to solve the number of problems. So you need to recognize these, you need to remember these steps here. The first step number 1 is here setting up a hypothesis. Setting up a hypothesis. Then in this setting up a hypothesis, number 1 step, again we have 2 more steps. 2 more steps means here first one is null hypothesis. Set up hypothesis in this here null hypothesis. Okay, you observe where I am underlining here null hypothesis, that is H naught mu is equals to H naught. It says that here H naught says it is very useful tool in testing significance of differences. Hence the word null, which means invalid, void, or amounting to nothing, and that the difference found in accidental and important assign out in the fluctuation here. Then alternative hypothesis. Where alternative hypothesis nothing but here a statistical convenience here. It will make a difference as to the which hypothesis called as null hypothesis, which is called as an alternative hypothesis. Okay, just you focus on these points only. Alternative hypothesis, HA mu is not equal to H naught here. Here mu, see, null hypothesis, mu is equals to H naught. See, H naught mu is equal to H naught. Here is equals to H naught. Then alternative hypothesis, HA mu is not equal to H naught. Okay, mu is not equal to H naught. This is the first step. Step number 1. Under that, A and B. A and B. See, somebody is disturbing the class. A and B. The next one here, set up a suitable significance level. Set up a suitable significance level. This is an important step here. You need to listen carefully. Setting suitable, set up suitable significance level. Step number 2 here. Here, having set up the hypothesis, the next step is to test the validity of H naught against that HA. It has certain level of significance. Okay, certain level of significance. So you focus on these points only. See, point number in D, you observe carefully. At the level of significance, 5% is the probability of the rejecting the null hypothesis if it is true. So you need to focus on these 2 points only. Okay, these are the 2 important things. 5% level of significance, that is 95%. Confidence level, that is 1.96 is the table value. This is the table value. With this value, we are going to compare the calculated value information. Okay, what is this 1.96 and 2.58? We will discuss here. Okay, 1% significance level, 99% confidence level, 2.58 is the table value. With this table value, we are going to compare the calculated value. So please make attention here, listen carefully. In the given question, the question will be like this here. Okay, you observe the question here. Just I am reading the question. Coin was tossed 400 times and head turned up 216 times. Test the hypothesis that the coin is unbiased. Okay, in this way the question will be there. So in the previous chapters, we have taken the help of the table values. In ANOVA chapter, we have taken the help of table values, that is 5% and 1%. In the same way, okay, in the same way, we are going to take the help of this 1.96 and 2.58. There is no separate table values for this chapter except t-test. So here you observe carefully. In the given question, significance level is not mentioned. So we have to assume that it is 5% only, and these 1.96 is the table value. After getting the calculated value, these calculated value should be compared with these table value, that is 1.96. At the end of the, after doing calculation, we need to write the conclusion part. Okay, if in the given question 5% is given, means we have to follow this step. If t is not given also, we have to follow this step only. If a LOS is given 1% significance level, okay, if LOS is given 1% significance level, the table value is here 2.58. 2.58 is the table value. Okay, sometimes here what happens, the examiner, to make a confusion for us, he will give 95% confidence level. Instead of using the word 5% is LOS, he will use the word 95% confidence level, or sometimes 99% confidence level. Instead of 1% LOS, he will use the word 99% confidence level. When we are dealing with the hypothesis chapter, This 1.96 we have to remember, and 2.58 we need to remember always. These are the Z values, we can say Z values. The calculated value should be compared with the Z values here. 1.96 at 5%, 2.58 at 1% here. Okay, here itself in the steps only we are going to write these are the things here. So this is the second step here. Okay, first step we completed, null hypothesis H naught mu is equal to H naught, alternate hypothesis HA mu is not equal to H naught. Then set up a suitable significance level here, we need to write here. While we are solving the problem, you will get a complete idea. So here next one is a setting a test criterion. Okay, test criterion here. Test criterion is nothing but here, based on the above problem. Okay, based on the above problem, the problem belongs to which formula and which question here. Okay, the problem belongs to which question and which method we have to recognize, and we have to write in these step here. In these test criterion step we need to write here. The third step is here, hypothesis testing procedure is to construct a test criterion. Okay, for example, a question is given in the examination. Based on this question belongs to this method, and for this question we need to apply this formula. That formula we have to write here only, and the method also we have to write here only. This is about the test criterion here. This involves selecting an appropriate probability distribution for the particular test. Some probability distribution that are commonly used in the testing procedure, T, F and chi-square test. Okay, so here listen here. In this testing, setting a test criterion, here what we have to do, simply we need to identify the problem, the method we have to write, and the formula we have to write. The next one, here third step is completed. Then fourth step here, doing computation or doing calculation. Okay, we will use the two words here, doing computation as well as, you can write according to your wish, doing calculation also. Doing calculation also. Okay, having taken the first three steps, we have completely designed a statistical test. These calculation include the testing statistic and standard error of the testing statistic. Here a small example has taken by me here. Okay, these step we have to write in the step number 3. Again we have to write in the doing calculation in the step number 4. Afterwards we need to write separately what is N stands for, and what is P stands for, and what is Q stands for. Okay, after recognizing these values, then simply we need to implement into the formula and get the value. Okay, after getting the standard error of success value here, simply what we are going to do, standard error, that is difference divided by number of success. This is the another formula also. In this method, this is the second formula. In this way we will get the calculated value. These calculated values should be compared with 1.96. Okay, 1.96. If in the given question paper 5% is not, if it is mentioned, then this is the table value or critical values, we can say Z critical value is 1.96. Okay, if 1% is given, means 2.58. okay, 2.58 is the critical value. These calculated value after calculating we will get some value. These calculated value should be compared with these values, whether it is increasing or decreasing. Then after we have to write a decision. You have to write a decision. Okay, we will see that one. Making decision here. Finally, the fifth step here. Okay, we completed 4 steps here. The finally, as a fifth step, we may draw statistical conclusion and take decision here. Okay, we have to draw the statistical decision here. Okay, then numbers we know what is rejected and what is decreasing or increasing. The critical value is greater than or less than. Okay, then you observe the B point, a statistical conclusion or statistical decision either to reject or to accept the null hypothesis. We need to consider here 3 things here. The decision based on the results of less than 5% value, greater than 1% value. Okay, for less than 5% and greater than 1% here. Results has probability less than 5%, we consider null hypothesis, it is accepted. Okay, if the calculated value, suppose here the calculated value you see if the calculated value CV we calculate, that is 0.96 you got. This 0.96 is less than 1.96. Okay, then it is accepted, the null hypothesis accepted. In this way we have to write. If it is a 1% also, we need to write here in the same way. So you observe carefully here. Rejection also, the rejection of H naught automatically leads to the acceptance of the HA. Okay, these are the 5 steps you need to remember here. Simply very simple steps here and very easy step. Step number 1, set up a hypothesis or setting a hypothesis we can say. Okay, in that null hypothesis A and alternative hypothesis B. Then setting up suitable significance level. Okay, based on the given question. If in the given question 5% is given, means we have to write like this: at 5% significance level, that is a 95% confidence level, the critical value is 1.96. if 5% is given, means if 1% is given in question, at 1% significance level, 99% confidence level. Okay, then here 2.58 is the critical value, Z critical value. With these two values, okay, based on the given question only, we have to write any one value here. If nothing is mentioned in the given question, then we have to assume that it is a 5% only. Okay, this is the step number 2. The next one is setting a test criterion. The test criterion itself, what we have to do, we have to write here clearly which formula is applicable to the given question. That formula should be here written here, and the method will be written here. The next one, doing computation or doing calculation. Here the calculation part will be done in this step here. Okay, the calculation part is done in the first step number 4. So here what we are going to get here, after calculation is completed, we will get the calculated value. These calculated values should be compared with the critical values, Z critical values. Then finally we will take the decision. Okay, these critical value, calculated value should be compared with critical value. Then finally we are going to write the decision in the in this step number 5. We will write the decision, that is called making decision or comment or conclusion. Okay, these are the 5 steps we are going to write. So you listen carefully. Setting a suitable significance level, setting hypothesis, step number 1. Step number 2, setting suitable significance level. Step number 3, test criterion. Step number 4, doing calculation, making decision or comment. Okay, so I think you understood this one. So in the next class we will start the regarding problematic part. So at this I am concluding this introductory part of the hypothesis here. Okay, some little bit theory is there, we will discuss in the next class. So students, thank you very much for listening this class. We have less time. So listen here. Procedure of testing hypothesis. Step number 1, set up a hypothesis, setting up suitable significance level, setting a test criterion, doing calculation or computation, making decision here. Okay, take the attendance.